I will never in my life date black men. Involved with. I don't want to ride around with you in your dirty ass, raggedy Nissan Altima. Your tags aren't even, your tags are expired. So I have to worry about if cops are going to, I don't have time for that.
I see you, you see me, that's what I like to see, no show but I'm positive. Yo, I'm Anonymous Beanie Man and I'm for sure, and we're about to watch a video by Dyquell Dontae called White White. I like how every thumbnail he's just like, he's just like, that's the plan of watching shit with me, y'all. Girl, what the fuck is this, girl? What?
I will never in my life date black men.
You know, it's really true. If you don't love yourself, you could never love anyone else. Because how you have the nerve to get on the internet as a black man saying you hate black men, you'll never date black men as a black man. It doesn't make sense to me, girl. You're all types of confused. Clearly,
My preference as a young black boy
preference.
was white men.
Why don't black men love other black men?
Eventually, we have to talk about how dangerous white gay men can be. They can be so dangerous and violent, and I would argue that they're more dangerous than white straight men can be. Honestly, because they have a proximity to innocence.
I can't really speak on that because I've never dated a white person. I've only been with my skin color and a few shades lighter. As bright as I went was like a tater tot.
That they feel sometimes alleviates their responsibility to deconstruct the systems that they benefit from.
I've been thinking about this conversation for quite some time now, only because every time people bring it up, certain people become defensive.
Him right here on the far right with the black bonnet, well, this is as light as I. It's a crazy sentence. This is as light as I gone, bitch.
And honestly, I get why.
It could get lighter than that, but you just gotta be ethnic.
The second you question why some black
I have nothing against people.
queer men date white men, people assume you're attacking interracial relationships. And trust me, I'm not. Love who you love. Who cares, right? But I also think some of us avoid being fully honest about the role race plays in attraction, especially within queer spaces. Because if we're being honest, a lot of black queer men, especially the successful ones, heavily center whiteness in their dating lives. And I don't think that's always random. Sometimes it is just.
I would like to bring up Sty. Okay. I hope nobody watches this video. I mean, that's the point you put it up, right? You want people to watch it. But his attraction to white men makes me uncomfortable. And I just have to put it out like that, just like that, because I'm sure he's attracted to other people. It's just I can tell you he's attracted to white men because he makes it a thing, and he makes it a thing so much. Yeah, so it makes me uncomfortable. And yeah,
just love. Sometimes people genuinely connect, but sometimes it's deeper too. A lot of.
And then Mitch be like, not Mitch, what's the other one? The planet, Neutron, Neptune, Pluto. He be saying black bitch too much. It don't be funny. It don't be funny. He funny, but it don't be funny.
Grow up feeling judged or disconnected, even within their own communities. Then you enter queer spaces where whiteness is constantly treated as a standard, the standard of beauty, the standard of softness, the standard of desirability. So when some black queer men only date white men, I think it's worth asking, is it truly just a preference, or can conditioning, internalized racism, and the need for validation play a role too? Not for everybody, but definitely for some. And I think we should be able to have this conversation without acting like honesty is hate. But let's unpack this and talk more about it. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Dontae, and I'm back at it again with another video. Now, as you guys can see with the title, well, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to name it, but I think I'm going to title it Why White, right? Now, this video will get into the depths of interracial dating within the black gay community, and I'm well aware that this conversation is damn near redundant at this point, because every other month on gay Twitter, there's always a viral tweet about somebody complaining about why do black successful men date outside of their race, right? Now, with the title being the question why white, I kind of want to answer it getting into the nitty gritty. So we're going to get into the ugly, the good, the bad on the whole interracial dating aspect coming from a black male's perspective. If you are somebody that's new here or somebody that's been watching me for a while and really do enjoy my content, I please beg of you to subscribe, okay? I would really appreciate that. We're on the way to 60,000 subscribers. We just
Am
hit
I
59K.
subscribed on this account? I'm on a different account. Here you go, girl. Oh shit.
So we're not too far. Now, throughout this video, you guys, we're going to be getting into internalized racism, media representation, racial preference, and fetishization. Now, as I get further,
I just can't believe that that's the thing. Racial preference, like like I used to say stupid shit like that when I was 14. But people say, "Oh, I prefer Latinas. I prefer white guys. I prefer Asians."
into this conversation, this is not going to be
You're not using it right, because when they use it, they're outruling every other option that they have. They're making the race that they're interested the pinnacle. That's why preference fundamentally doesn't make sense, but okay. It's the way, it's like nigga. People argue the use of it. You're not using it. There's no right or wrong way to use nigga. People put goalpost on that. They'd be like, you know, as long as it's not used in a racist way, it's like, okay, please. But it's like
hatred video towards people who
preference?
date outside of their race or just interracial relationships, period, right? Because I'm somebody who support it. I feel like if it's coming from a genuine place, I support it. You know, it's some people who just can't help who they like. And if the
Right.
person happens to be outside of their race or not the same race as them, oh well, like get over it. But I don't support when people date outside of their race for the wrong reasons. And as we get further into this conversation, y'all will definitely understand where I'm coming from, what I mean that. So yeah, that's that. Every other month, social media returns to the same debate. A black man posts a picture with his white partner, someone shares the dating preference, and suddenly thousands of people are arguing about interracial dating among gay men. Some people see no issue at all. Others believe these relationships can reflect larger questions about race, self-image, and desirability. The fact that this conversation continues to resurface suggests that it is about more than who dates who. It is really
It's, you know, it's crazy to think about how big this world is, how small it is at the same time, and how oversaturated this fucking space is. Why am I looking at like 5, 6 different podcasters? Why are there so many podcast niggas with the same mic in different? Y'all are looking at the same group of people and doing the same shit. I'm not gonna play with y'all.
about how race has shaped gay culture within itself. To understand why this is an ongoing debate, we have to look at the history of
Is it bad to say I don't know who this guy is? I don't know who any of these men are, actually. I don't know who any of these people are. Who are you
modern gay
people?
identity.
I just know the chicken shop lady. And that's bad.
Although black
That's bad.
LGBTQ plus people play huge roles in queer activism, mainstream gay culture throughout the 1970s, 80s, and 90s was often centered around white men. The most visible magazines, bars, organizations, films, and political movements largely reflected white experiences. For many black gay men, entering gay spaces often meant entering environments where they were present but not fully represented.
They don't even...
This lack of representation extended into the media. For decades, the image of the desirable gay man was white, whether it was magazine covers, advertisements, TV shows, or hell, even pornography.
I'm gonna put it like this. When you're just with your own race, dude, it's just incomparable. I know it should be the same across any race of people, but I'm speaking from my own experience as somebody who's never went outside of their race, okay? Because I've never had the opportunity to do that, and nobody's been interested in me outside of my race, really. So whatever. But it's, for me, it ain't nothing like a gangsta party. Ain't nothing like a gangsta party.
White men were consistently presented as the face of gay attraction. Black
Ain't
men
nothing
appear
but a
less frequently
gangsta
and were often confined to
party.
stereotypes. While media alone does not determine attraction, it does help establish cultural standards of beauty. When one image is repeatedly promoted as desirable, it can become normalized. But at the same time, Black men were dealing with a completely different problem: stereotypes. Historically, Black men have been portrayed as physically dominant, aggressive, hypersexual, and masculine. These stereotypes existed long before the modern LGBTQ plus movement and eventually carried over into gay dating culture. As a result, Black gay men were often viewed through assumptions rather than as individuals. Some were excluded because of racist beliefs, while others were desired specifically because of racial stereotypes. This distinction leads directly into one of the most controversial aspects of the conversation: preference. Supporters of interracial dating often argue that attraction is personal and cannot be controlled. The disagreement is not usually about whether someone can date outside their race. The disagreement is about whether racial preferences sometimes reflect broader social biases. But these conversations are rarely experienced as
They usually do. They usually do. Let me tell you how I know this. I had a Mexican coworker once upon a time, and he had a white girlfriend, right? And they participated in race play. He used to say nigga casually, and she calls him nigga no matter what context it is. Nigga, get off me. Nigga, that's not funny. Nigga, please. Can a nigga borrow a french fry? Like, just little stupid shit. Like, okay, Wendy. Like, okay. Wait, what was the point of me telling y'all this?
whether racial preferences sometimes
Oh, he told me he told me he doesn't really like his race and his girlfriend is white and I should try white people for a change. Like he literally said I should try white people. You should try white people. Like they're a product. Like
life, in friendships, relationships, and
okay.
sometimes in the people we care about the most. A good
Who's
example
that?
of this can be seen through Jamal's character in the YouTube TV series For the Boys. Jamal is a young Black gay man who begins dating a white man. His relationship creates this tension with his best friend Saeed, who struggles with what the relationship could possibly represent.
Imagine what Da Vinci could have built if he had the smart buying tools on Amazon Business.
Wait, they put black music over Da Vinci?
What a white boy.
Where the fuck is that coming from?
Just high thoughts.
Well, y'all already know how I feel about interracial dating.
You can't be pro-black and they white.
Okay.
Okay, that's a reach, Saeed. How? What do you mean how? Dating someone who's white doesn't just like negate your entire identity.
But it makes me question your identity. Like, how can you allow some white partner to parade you around like you some fucking zoo animal?
Wait, what if an interracial couple just happens to love each
Nigga,
other?
please. White people feel so good about themselves when they date outside their race. They love to have Black friends. Love to be invited to the cookout. Love to slip up and say,
Okay. I've been around intense black people like this, and this is racist. I know it's not popular for some reason, but black people can be racist, okay? Anybody can be racist to everyone. Everyone, okay? This is definitely weird, but is it bad to say I can kind of see where he's coming from if this was like 1965? It's like, yes, racism is running rampant and it's everywhere. It's everywhere. But what has been this character's experience with white people for him to just accumulate such a passionate feeling against them? Like, yes, racism happened, slavery is still happening, we are still being commodified by slave owners. What would be the point in generalizing any racial group? Nobody's a monolith. North Korea, but they don't have a choice. That's more of like a democracy.
say the N-word in a song.
That's not a democracy. That's the other one, the bad one.
And how would you know that? Because you never even
They're all bad, but I'm talking about the movie villain version. I forgot the name for it.
the white person. And I never will. Shit, I can't even go to the
Tyranny. He's a tyrant.
damn bodega without seeing that Whole Foods. Fuck, I look like bringing that to my home. Okay, first of all, I love Whole Foods. And second,
Tyranny. Wait, what are you talking about?
love to be invited to the cookout. Love to slip up and say the N-word in a song. And how would you know that? Because you never even the white person. And I never will. Shit, I can't even go to the damn bodega without seeing that Whole Foods. Fuck, I look like bringing that to my home.
Okay, first of all, I love Whole Foods. And second, that is generalizing, Saeed.
They generalize us every day.
What makes his storyline so compelling is that neither character feels like a villain. Jamal isn't rejecting his blackness. He's simply pursuing a relationship with someone he really likes. But at the same time, Saeed's concerns does not come from nowhere. They reflect questions that
I like this. I might watch this.
many black gay men have wrestled with for many years. In a community where black men
Whose heels? Whose heels are on the table?
have often felt overlooked, stereotyped, or excluded, seeing another black man date a white man could sometimes raise deeper questions about desirability, belonging, and self-image. Whether those concerns are fair or not isn't really the point, though. The point is that both men are carrying different experiences into the conversation. Jamal sees a relationship, Saeed sees a pattern. Jamal sees an individual, Saeed sees history. And that tension helps explain why discussions about interracial dating continue to spark such strong reactions within the black gay community. So yes, I really wanted to make sure I include For the Boys, and I wanted to use them for a reference because people do not talk about that show enough. I understand that the show is not big, but damn it, I love it, and I want y'all to come over with another season. Now, what really sparked this conversation for me, I was on Twitter, and I seen this picture, I want to say back in May. It's this black boy and this white boy holding hands in public. The person quoted it and said they managed to find a snow bunny no matter what sexuality. Now, y'all know the tweet had received a lot of traction. People were, commenting, giving their opinions on it. You had some people who agreed with it and some folks who didn't, right? Now, if you don't know the black guy that's in the picture, his name is Ryan Russell.
I don't agree with it, but some black people go out of their way to not date within their race. Just want to put that out
He is
there.
a former professional NFL player and an author who made history in 2019 by coming out as bisexual, making his very first active player in the major American professional sports league to openly identify as part of the LGBTQ plus community. In 2023, he did a sit-down interview with the Clay Kane Show, sharing his thoughts on interracial dating within the gay community and how he does not choose who he loves.
One of the things that I hear from a lot of black gay folks is, why does it appear that every black LGBT person who's famous is with a white person? I've heard this a lot. And I don't care, but this is what I've heard. Like, why don't I see enough of it? And I think it's an interesting conversation. And you'll hear even black straight folks talk about black famous people. So I'm
Is
just curious,
Cynthia
what are your thoughts on
Erivo
that?
with a black woman? Is Cynthia with a black woman?
From black queer folks,
Somebody
who are like,
look that up.
it appears that the ones who are well known and famous, from Billy Porter, who
Somebody
I
let me
adore,
know.
to yourself, they all happen to be partnered with white guys. I'm curious.
Because if she is with a black woman and all that stuff she said about black women, it's not funny, but the irony.
Who are well known and famous, from Billy Porter, who I adore, to yourself, they all happen to be partnered with white guys. I'm curious to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's something honestly I was very curious about before, am still curious about. I have multiple thoughts, and I think there are things that contribute to that are outside of the control of the couple, myself included. But I think that, like I said, there's a lot of contributing factors. There's also, for me, another conversation of representation. I don't think that there's enough, or that there's an adequate amount or a representative amount of famous black people, period, of famous LGBTQ plus people, period. I believe that we are just kind of getting a small sample of people for whatever reason, talent, opportunity, whatever it might be. And that, like I said, we're putting kind of a lot of pressure on that small.
Colorism also plays a role in what we're exposed to, no matter what your sexuality is, no matter what the field is. So
Limited representation, because it is so small and limited. Black love is something that I champion to this day. It's something that I feel very connected to, being a product of black love myself. But at the same time, I did not choose who I loved. It was not a decision that I consciously could make at that moment. Like, I'm going to love you, I'm not going to love you, I'm going to love you, I'm not going to love you. And I really do believe that interracial love is also kind of another, I think, guidance for what we should all be doing. We should all just be loving people for who they are, and for the soul that they have, and not necessarily the body.
And race is a social construct. So me even being like, I don't date outside of my race, I don't date outside of, me, that's even a little, like, again, even though it's for the most part outside of my control, because I do just go after black people, but it's, I haven't seen no little Lorenzo, Ty, no motherfucking Jay Park. Like, I ain't seen nobody like that. I ain't seen no little Zach Choi. I ain't seen none of that. So
carries it.
I don't even think he gay.
A lot of factors, I believe. I also believe, like, why is Hollywood or entertainment more comfortable platforming interracial couples than black couples? I think why is I think why are the opportunities given where black couples,
he look like J.
we don't see,
Cole.
regardless of sexuality, we don't see black couples get that same kind of ship, or that same kind of like support, or that same kind of like love or craze, until you get to like a Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade status. Like, these are mega stars. But that there are a lot of famous black people, or just black people in entertainment in black relationships that we don't see enough of. So I don't know. I could really talk about the topic for a long time, but I will say that the biggest thing that did for me was also just make sure that I was still working on me internally, because it was alarming for me to become a part of this conversation in that way, on that side of things. And people say that, well, you're self-hating, or you have internalized racism, which one? We all have internalized racism because we grew up here in a place where racism is literally in the systems that raise our kids, that educate our kids, and that make our jobs. So
Yeah, for example, I this is bad, but I just assume, sometimes I assume that if you're outside of my race and you have a certain look, I assume that you say the N-word. Sometimes that does have a look, but that is prejudice to assume that.
it was also one where I had to make sure that I was, in a place where I love myself. I love that part of myself and my race, my heritage, my ethnicity, and everything. My boyfriend and I talk about family. We talk about kids and having Black kids and what that unit looks like for us in our relationship, and how we still support Black love, even though people will look at us from outside and not necessarily see that.
Now, after sitting back and watching that video, I do feel like he made a lot of great points.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to be honest with y'all, it's two things that I was not liking within the video. The first thing he said was that he feels like Black people in general struggles with internalized racism, and that shit is not true. I don't know if he was speaking for himself because he did mention everybody. So I don't know if he was trying to insinuate that he was including himself. But me personally, I strongly disagree. There's a lot of Black people who genuinely love being Black. I'm one of them. I love being Black. That's never going to change for nobody. So
Yeah, when I said that, I meant towards other people. I wasn't talking about towards myself, bitch. Oh, I need to be thinking about what I say, bitch.
I don't know. I hope he didn't mean everybody, but he literally said that. And there's also this another thing that I want to address. Some gay Black men that get clocked by, I guess, the gay community on their dating history, and they probably get clocked for only wanting to date white men. Whenever some of these successful gay Black men have these interviews, right, they always bring up environment. Now, I'm going to make myself very clear. I understand that your environment could sometimes dictate what you're attracted to, especially when you're a kid and you've grown up around this shit to the point where you're just attracted to it. Because speaking from my personal experience, I'm somebody that grew up in the projects up until the age of 17 years old. And I was extremely attracted to hyper masculine men. Like, I just could not help it. It's just what I was attracted to. It wasn't until I was starting to get more older, like in my early 20s, and I was just starting to explore. I was talking to men who wasn't as hyper masculine, but hell, I was attracted to them, and turns out I liked them, or whatever the case may be. So I do feel like this. I feel like some gay Black men who date white men use the whole environment thing as an excuse. What's up, you guys? So I'm currently editing the video right now, and just after rewatching what I just said, I stand on that. I do, because the whole reason why I brought up, me, growing up in the projects at the age of 17 and, being attracted to what I was around, I mentioned that because I definitely understand where you can be exposed to stuff or be surrounded by things, and eventually you start to get attracted to it. I get that, but I feel like now that we are adults, so it's a choice now to date who we date or whatever the case may be. And I feel like sometimes some of the successful gay Black men that get clocked for consistently dating white men, I feel like some of them use the whole environment thing as an excuse. Like, just say you like white men, like it's okay. And I feel like the reason why they don't want to say that is because of the backlash.
Bringing up Sty again, nothing's wrong with him liking white guys. It's just it makes maybe that's internalized racism. It just makes me uncomfortable because he makes it a thing. And it's like, girl, we get it. You like you some motherfucking KFC. I get it.
We are adults, so we choose.
I meant the mascot. The
decisions that we make in life.
Because they sexualize him.
And I feel like we also choose who we date. Sometimes some gay Black men just don't want to admit that they only want to date white men. And I feel like the reason why they won't own the fact that they only want to date white men is the simple fact that they will receive backlash. We've seen it with so many artists who receive backlash over the years to the point where they deleted their whole accounts. They couldn't take the heat in the kitchen. That's just how I feel. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, because I didn't want to come off as insensitive, because I know how sometimes my wording and my tone could be, but that's how I really feel. Now, I want to talk about having a racial preference, right? And the most common, most famous, most trendiest question is it racist to have a racial preference? Now, me personally, I don't think it's racist, but I think it can be.
Yes. It's not like fundamentally racist, but yes, it most definitely can be. Like when you put other races on a pedestal as if they're not going to be any different from what you've had before, just a different color. That's what I was trying to say earlier, but it didn't translate well.
Let me explain. With having a racial preference, right? There's some people who genuinely want to keep things within the bloodline. They want to keep things, for the culture, so they don't want to date outside of their race, right? And I feel like if you're coming from a great place, a genuine place, but you're also not against dating outside of your race, nothing wrong with it, right? But what makes it racist is when you use stereotypes, you use hatred, you judge a different certain group of people. I think that's what makes you racist. People say it is racist to have a
That's another thing. My Mexican coworker, he was asking me questions about black women and about the black community and asking me about the stereotypes. And I had to tell him, dude, I've met more black people unlike the stereotypes instead of people who fall into them. I've met more most of my black friends that I used to have had nuclear families with a fucking dog and a pet fish and a hamster, nigga. I was just one of the unlucky few who happened to be filtrated through the adoption system and not a nuclear family. And why isn't the video over here, bitch? That's gonna bother me. Oh, that's gonna bother me. You know?
racial preference. Some people say it's not. And this girl, it was a public interview that I seen on TikTok, and basically she feels like if you have a racial preference, you are racist.
Drop a hot take. Okay, racial preference is racist. I was recently dating a guy, and he expressed very aggressive.
I'm trying to think how I feel about it because I don't want to be half hot, half cold, and I don't want to be like, it depends, because I kind of do feel like it's racist. Why do you need to have a racial preference? Why? What can this group do for you that another group can't? Is it literally because phenotypically that's just what you like? Because if it is, that's like psychological, girl.
That he would not have intercourse with a black woman because of their hair and skin, and he defended it as a being preference, but really it's flat out racism.
Y'all please get in the comments and share your thoughts and opinions on that. Do you think that having a racial
that was racist because of their skin and hair? If I said I didn't want to date an Asian man because up close his skin looks like, and then his hair is like, like that's clearly racist, Dyquell. Girl, don't play with me.
preference is racist. And if you do feel that way, please explain why you feel that way. I want to include this video.
It's because it's coming for what I can't control. If you if you prefer to date something, wouldn't you want them for the things that they can't control? Because it's okay to not be attracted to somebody because of what they look like. But if you prefer not to date a group of people because their skin is brown, I'm sorry, this freeze frame is trifling, but
yes, this gay black boy I found on TikTok, and basically he expressed how he quote unquote hate black men, and he expressed how he feels like all black men are bums and they're broke, and he just want to live a certain lifestyle. And
only some of us
feel like a black man can't give him that. I'm gonna let you guys take a look.
I literally do not care how this is about to come off. Like, y'all can sound the alarms, sound the self-hating black gay boy. I can care less. I've heard it all. I will never in my life date black men. Like,
oh girl, you hate yourself so bad, girl.
I'm so sorry. I just can't. They don't have anything for me.
Did you get work done? Is this Botox? Boo.
There's a intelligence imbalance. There's a lifestyle.
Whoa. Repeat what you just said to me.
Anything for me. There's a intelligence imbalance.
There's a intelligence imbalance. Bitch, if you had the basic brain cell of a hoe, you would say and. I hate to be like the English police because black people, literally, we have our own vernacular within English. We do. But bitch, I even with AAVE, you can say and.
There's a lifestyle imbalance that I don't want to be involved with. I don't want to ride around with you in your dirty
involved with oh girl, you just so unlikable.
Imbalance that I don't want to be involved with. I don't want to ride around with you in your dirty ass raggedy Nissan Altima. Your tags aren't even, your tags are expired. So I have to worry about if cops are going to, I don't have time for that.
Bitch, what the heck are you fucking with? What DL hoodlum are you messing with the Nissan Altima, a 2014 Nissan Altima with the tags outdated? Girl, who are you talking to? This is not the norm. This is not the norm.
I don't have time for that. I really don't. Like, I'm
And
sorry.
I can't stand people who choose to mess with, because clearly you've been hurt by a black man in your past. You chose to mess with the shittiest of the shit part of the community and get on the internet and complain about your bad experience. Bitch, natural selection, ho. And
Sorry.
this, I don't know what this is. This is a hot
Do
mess.
chicken wings and hookah, baby. I don't want to do. I have time for that. I really don't. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to do chicken wings and hookah, baby.
Bitch, your face look like it got a wishbone in the middle of it.
I don't want to do that.
Hookah, you look like you could use a little bit of fumigation. It looks like whatever's stuck inside of you is starting to seep out them cheekbones.
I want caviar and champagne. You know, if
caviar isn't even good. Caviar isn't even good. It just tastes like fish hatchery, dude. If you want something good and bougie, why couldn't it be filet mignon? Like, it gotta be the whitest of the white fish and crackers, caviar, and the blood of Christ. Girl.
I'm going to the Post Oak Hotel. I don't, if with Steve or Brad or Matthew or.
What's crazy is Jabarkis the third grew up in the suburbs down the street from me, boo. So
Connor,
Brad, I knew a black Brad back in the day. I don't know what you're talking. Connor, that's a black name right there. Connor, I'm sorry, black community, but Connor, that's like every name could be a black name, dude. You're so self-hating and racist.
There's certain, I don't have to worry about going 50-50. I don't have to worry about Connor telling me, oh, you can only get certain things off the menu. I don't have to worry about that. And that's another thing too. There's already a million things a girl like me is going through and stressing about. I don't want to worry with you at all. You need to be cleaning and erasing all of my worries. And then
Bitch, it sounds like you need a therapist. It sounds like you need a white therapist.
When I'm with you, you're adding more on top of it. That's why I don't with y'all. I'm so sorry. Like,
okay. If you're surrounding yourself with people that add more stress onto what you're already handling, boo, you didn't like them to begin with, sweetheart. I don't know. You're just chasing a feeling at that point. I don't know I don't know who hurt this nigga, but his makeup is pissing me off. The way he has this little bandana shit and he doesn't even need it. His hair's already up.
Get to a point, I start breaking.
Girl, you're just using shit that you've seen on the internet. What hair are you keeping out of your face?
Out in hives, and like my stomach starts to hurt. Like when a broke nigga enters like my vicinity. I start going crazy. Like I start like I just.
You look like you're starving, boo.
Can't. Like no, I'm not doing all that.
Your forehead looks like a rib cage.
Do you see Princess Diana and NBA Youngboy hanging out with each other? No.
Because they're from two different time periods. No, Sabrina Carpenter is not finna be hanging with no hood niggas. Why did you need to use Princess Diana? Like,
oh, you don't. You would never. Do you see, like, girl, it's just apples to dragon fruits, bitch. Like, it's just like we're not in the same type of field, baby. We're not.
As you guys can see, you can definitely tell that he deals with internalized racism and he just does not love himself.
That's who that one nigga was talking about when he was like, we all deal with internalized racism. That's who he was talking about. Nigga, I just assume people say nigga and leave it at that. That's as bad as it gets with me.
It's crazy to watch because it's like, damn, he didn't even specify to say some or nothing. He just said all black men like that. And I was just like, what the hell? Girl. All I could do was laugh. And I wanted to include this because I feel like there's other factors that people don't necessarily talk about enough when it comes to why a black gay man would choose to not date another black gay man. Because although we just talked about environment, although we just talked about the things that we were brought up seeing, and sometimes that kind of interfere with what we are attracted to. I feel like some gay black men won't date another black gay man based off their past experiences. Craig, the writer, he does the podcast. It's called Fag Talk with T.S. Madison, but they have really great, entertaining, engaging conversations all the time. And they
Fag Talk. Fag Talk
was actually having a conversation about interracial dating. He kind of dug into the crevices of why some gay black men choose to not date other black gay men. I'm gonna let you guys take a look.
But there were a few people in the comments who were like,
when my mom found out T.S. Madison was trans. Bitch.
oh, child, whatever. They made it. They got.
And then my mom asked me if gay people are going to be at the Pride Parade. Like,
successful, and now they're over there dating these white men. Just say you wanted to date a white man. My thing is this. I used to be lazy in my thinking too. And I used to think that, oh, well, if they become successful, they are now all of a sudden they date these white men because that's like a badge of honor, if you will. But the truth is that is not always the case. Sometimes, and I'm not speaking about any of those men that I just mentioned, but sometimes it's about proximity. When you get to a certain stratosphere, you know what I mean? Or in certain rooms, you're not around as many black men, black people for that matter.
Sometimes it might be your tax bracket.
That's what I'm saying. And then two, sometimes when you get to those spaces, you're just too out for some black people, for some black men.
Yeah, there's tap dancers.
Black men that are not interested in being in the spotlight because they're not even completely out of the closet. The third piece is...
Oh, he's talking about sexuality. I'm also talking about other black men who are out and who are tap dancing.
In the case of those...
And deliberately curve other black gay men in successful spaces.
People that I mentioned, the Don Lemons, the Todrick Halls, the Billy Porters, on and on and on and on.
Todrick Hall.
My argument to these guys in the comments was, you all are acting like you're so upset, but as if you would have been interested in them. You would not have been. First of all, they don't fit the archetype that most, not all, that most black gay men look for. What is it that most black gay men look for?
Masculine.
Well, no fats, no femme.
Come on, somebody. And all of those...
No fats, no femme.
Gay men look for. What is it that most black gay men look for?
Well, no fats, no femme.
Come on, somebody. And all of those people, except for Don Lemon, they wear makeup, they wear hair. Little Nas X wears makeup and hair and heels. So does Todrick. So does Billy Porter.
I get compared to Lil Nas X.
You would not be interested in those people. So why do you give a fuck that these men are dating these white men? And it's almost as if they position it like, you have now robbed me of an opportunity to be in a relationship. You weren't interested. You wouldn't have been interested. If those same people were walking right here in Midtown Atlanta, bitch, you would not be interested in those people because they're too soft. They ain't got no swag. They ain't got no body.
Well, the gag is they have.
That's the point. You didn't want them when they were broke and poor and unfamous, not famous. So it's just like, let those men go and find love outside of the community because you didn't want them no way.
I was scrolling on TikTok and I ran across this TikToker by the name of Jord Hellwood. Jord Hellwood is a British podcaster and cultural commentator who talks about Black identity, queer experiences, dating, relationships, and pop culture. He's best known for his podcast, The Winning Side.
He looks very interesting. He looks like Mr. Bean.
Where he shares his thoughts and opinions on issues affecting Black and LGBTQ plus communities. He also hosted Mangrove, which explores topics like identity, mental health, and representation. But he had this conversation where he was talking about him facing his truth on how he hated himself, how he didn't like being Black, and how that kind of spilled over into his dating life.
My preference as a young Black boy was white men. This isn't the case for every Black person.
I'm not proud of it, but I had a self-hating phase in my younger years, middle school to like freshman year of high school.
I was really insecure. I really didn't rate myself right. And the only way to make that insecurity probably even worse was to be with white men. Even the thought of being with someone who looked somewhat like me or had a culture or a background like me, like genuinely like made me feel ill, because I hated myself so much that it was just very much like, okay, let me get as far away as possible from what is anything like me. It was almost like whiteness was deemed as superior. It was what was desirable. And I think my desire was apparent you know, my validation was apparent. And I think when that's apparent, that's when you can be taken advantage of.
After watching that video, I was kind of shocked because you barely see any gay black men coming out and being vulnerable and transparent and honest like that. And I actually had the honor to have a private conversation about him. Now, of course, he knows this video is going to be out, so it's not private anymore. But I just kind of want to throw in some clips of us having this conversation about how he felt at that time and how he was able to grow from that situation.
The representation that we see for like black queer people.
This nigga is a journalist. Bitch, you better... Girl, you better journal. You better journal. Because he's out here doing interviews, investing his time and effort. Girl, you better. You know his tea when you say it. Don't
people,
even.
Like on screens or whatnot, in a couple capacity, it's always interracial.
You know his tea when you see them two niggas fucking.
It's always interracial. Do you get? And I think
not only interracial though, I feel like there's a lot of white representation within the queer community. Like when you go to look for movies, you see a lot of whiteness. For me, when I was growing up, that's all I could really watch. I didn't really see a lot of black men that was doing the queer stuff, whether it was in movies or on YouTube. Like I could barely see it. So do you think when it comes to your environment, are you talking about your like surroundings or what you saw?
Both. Yeah, I would say both. Yeah, because I think I already kind of like had like a preconceived thought on what was deemed as attractive or not because of who the people around me, who they were dating, and then it just kind of got pushed even further. Shaking, sorry. And then it like got pushed even further when I was watching TV. You know, like when I think of gay representation as a kid, the people that come to mind are Kurt from Glee and Mark from Ugly Betty. I guess Justin as well, but like that wasn't until season 4.
I wasn't really watching no gay shit, and if I was, bitch, I was watching Asian Boys Love. Sub. Bitch, I was watching K-drama, okay? I wasn't watching no fuck-ass Love Island manga. Bitch, I was reading, I was watching them Asian niggas get into it and cheat on their wives.
I was watching a video and you mentioned about your, like how you was insecure about your race. Am I correct?
Correct. I don't know.
Those poor little Asian women.
It's like, I just felt like I wasn't really rated. I just felt like I just wasn't really attractive or desirable, which is crazy because obviously like I'm not ugly. But like when all you have around you in your community isn't people that look like you don't know any different, right? And I just kind of, I don't know, I guess I was trying so hard to like push so far away from what was me because there was nothing that I could relate to. You know, I think inevitably when you don't see people that look like you, act like you, and all of that, naturally you're going to be accustomed to gravitating to like people or whatever that is not like you, because why would you? If it's not projected and celebrated and empowered and liberated, why would you have an interest in it? And obviously, like, not every black person feels like this. I'm sure there's a lot of black people or POCs or marginalized people that think differently. But I think because it was just so excessive, and it was just very much like, okay, let me get as far away as possible from anything or anyone that looks like me. But then, and I think at the time I didn't really deep it, but when obviously like with the stuff that we do, we're very like intellectual, very knowledgeable. That's not a word. Have a heavy level of like knowledge. That's not a word. That's not a word.
Okay.
No, knowledgeable is a word, girl.
We have like a heavy like level of knowledge on these like subject matters, right? And then it made me think, oh wow, probably like only in like the last like 5 or 6 years.
That's a word, right?
Oh my God, clock it. You really, really didn't rate yourself, George.
Yes. Now, that was the conversation. I had an amazing time talking to him. He was very hilarious, very funny, very, 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 very high energy. And I just want to say, George, I really do appreciate you for your love and support. And y'all, please go check him out. He, like I said, he has his podcast.
That's so like a non-issue and unimportant, but I think I'm on the spectrum, so.
Called The Winning Side. He's very
I needed the clarification.
active on TikTok. He posts damn near every day. He just got back on YouTube where he's being more consistent, so y'all can check him out on here. And yeah, like just show my boy some love. He's from the UK and he's doing the damn thing. And I cannot wait to finally collaborate with him in person. So I love you, Jordan. And
oh my God, I'm living for in real life Dyquell collabs. No, like I'm seriously living for it, and I am anticipating that. So I will be watching whatever in real life collab he has coming, because I don't think he's done any in real life.
That's it. The last thing I
yet.
But to talk about is the fetishization when it comes to being a black man trying to date outside of your race, right? Now, fetishization is the act of reducing a complex person, group, or object to a...
Yeah, this is another thing I struggle with internally is I don't want to be a fetish because I don't even... Sometimes I struggle with even being attracted to anybody. You know, I've been exposed to bad sex more than good sex. I've never actually had good sex, actually. I never had that in my life, so I'm more inclined to be turned off and wanna, you know. But it's like when I think about sometimes when I think about going outside of my race, it's like, damn, well, am I a fetish? Then the cultural nuances, they're just not there. Like sometimes it kind of scares me thinking about that because it's like, what do you talk about? Like when you're talking to another black person, there's so much to talk about because you're black, and then when there's nothing to say, nigga, you get it because you're black. But it's like interracially, I mean, I, hey,
single characteristic, usually
hey,
related to their identity or physical traits, and overvaluing or excessively sexualizing them for personal gratification. Now, when it comes to, dating outside of your race, I was somebody that tried this shit years ago. And I'm not gonna hold you. This person kind of ruined it for everybody at that time. Of course, I've grown and I've, come to the realization that every white man is not like this. But I was engaging romantically with a white man, and he was kind of expressing his fetishes with me, like, the whole black man having a BBC. And I can go on and on, but I'm not really gonna get into it only because it's very inappropriate. And I'm sure a lot of black gay men could vouch when I say that.
Eventually, we have to talk about how dangerous white gay men can be. They can be so dangerous and violent, and I would argue that they're more dangerous than white straight men can be. Honestly, because they have a proximity to innocence that they feel sometimes alleviates their responsibility to deconstruct the systems that they benefit from. And so we have a very dangerous combination here. They are often the Karens of the queer community, but they have all the power. Like, shit don't get changed until white gay men say it, because they are white men. They run the they hypersexualize themselves. They hypersexualize black people. BBC, black men, BBC.
yes, and I had a white coworker who was gay, and he would say things just off the wall shit. And he was telling me a story about a black coworker he had, and he was calling her a hoochie. And I knew he was talking about a black woman before he told me she was black, because just a hoochie, hoochie, nigga. Like, do you even know what a hoochie is? Dun, 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 dun.
Like all of those tropes, that is from white gay men. The porn industry, white gay men as predators. Older white gay men who are in the industry and also probably Zionists. Musical theater is a white gay man's medium. And they're full of Zionists. They're great white gays. Am I the only one? Some of the most violent things that have ever been said or done to me have been said or done to me by white gay men. Happy Pride.
I think black people sometimes get sexualized by people who aren't POC because they think it's like taboo and like kind of like dirty and like.
He reminds me of what's the name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Wallace. D'Angelo Wallace. He looks like D'Angelo.
It's a classist thing. Like, oh, I'm rich and I'm white and I can just get the bad thug black guy. But you're also fetishizing his body, but then also saying he's inferior to you. But the thing about it is, he looks good. So it's like, he looks good, but you also kind of hate that you're doing it. But you kind of love it too because you feel like you're getting dominated and you feel like you're on top. So you want.
It's like a whole fetish pipeline, bitch. It goes deep, bitch.
Somebody that you think is lower class to dominate you for some weird kink. Like, it's like the look, the dick size, and then the class. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's like when people fetishize homeless. Like, people fetishize homeless because they think they're like dirtier. And like, it's like the allure, like the power of it all, just like the submission to somebody.
I've been sitting with something heavy, and this isn't just me. Okay. I think it relates to other black queer men. Why don't black men love other black men? And this might ruffle some feathers, but I am talking about dating preferences. I'm talking about something deeper that has been conditioned. When I look around from coast to coast, from New York to San Francisco to Oregon, I am seeing a pattern. Black men are overlooked by their own. We deserve to be desired, to be chosen, not just tolerated, but loved and seen. And that type of love needs to exist outside of fetish. Because being wanted for your body, your masculinity.
We look alike.
Your edge, that's not intimacy, that's consumption. And when we are desired, it's often through a lens that is erasing the qualities that make us complex. So yes, this is about dating preferences. Where did this preference come from? Who taught us?
We kind of look alike.
That masculinity, proximity to whiteness, possessing European features equals value. Who taught us to fear loving someone who reflects our own
White people.
values? And that also goes for our own wounds. Now, to be clear, this is not a pick-me post. I'm not trying to be everybody's type, because I'm not. I am asking to be seen fully, tenderly, and intentionally. And just by the amount of responses I got in my last post about being rejected by someone who happens to be black and of the community, I know I'm not alone in this. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's name it, let's heal it. Because if I'm being real, black queer love should not be rare. It should be revolutionary.
I don't think that black queer love is rare, but I do think it's rare a lot of times in terms of like the relationship lasting long. But I kind of want to piggyback on what he said. It's based off of location because I'm from North Carolina. I live out here and I don't ever see the problem of black gay men liking other black gay men. I'm from the South, so we love each other down here.
Yeah, I don't see gay people out and about as it is because I don't really know who's gay and who's not. I just see regular niggas. That. And even when I do see gay men, gay relationships, I actually have seen a lot of black gay relationships, but more so age gap.
Here we do.
And I've seen it a couple times at the gas station, in the public.
Maybe you would just have to move around. Maybe that could make your dating life a lot better.
Here's a personal dating complaint that I'm having. I really hate
whatever this thing that's wrong with the dating scene, it's everywhere because it's in everything. I don't know what it is, what it's called, but moving somewhere can only help your chances so much.
When I'm talking to a white man and I can tell
Bitch, not you being critical of the white people and you white. Wait. Wait, I need to hear this.
I really hate when I'm talking to a white man and I can tell by the way that he is talking to me, the things that are important to him, the things that he thinks that I'm going to agree with him on. I can tell that if I were not white, he would not be interested in me. If I were black or brown, invisible. I just know it. I can feel it. I can feel it in the conversation. I can feel it in the way that he is and the things that he believes. I fucking hate that. Oh my God. Anytime I ever hear of somebody who isn't white in America, because I think the country cultural context is important with this conversation because it doesn't play out quite the same in other places in the world. When I hear that they have hesitations about dating white people, whether they be white men or white women, I get it. Because God fucking damn it, the thing...
I really appreciate white men coming out and speaking on this because this is exactly what me and George talked about in that video chat. Because he asked me, what's your preference? Would you date outside of your race? And I basically told him that my preference is dating my own kind. However, I'm not against dating outside of my race. Like if a person if I happen to just like a person, they're white or non-black, I'm going to go all full-fledged. Why the fuck not? However, I'm not hesitant, but it's certain things that we will just have to be on the same page about. Like for instance, if you're somebody that's white, right? Not only would you have to understand everything about me being a black man, my culture and all of that shit, but your family gonna have to be on the same page too because I'm very family oriented and I would hate to be around your family and I feel like things just don't align or I feel like I'm out of place or shit is awkward all the damn time. Like I would just not want to do that because let's be very honest, a lot of black people that experience dating interracially, I'm pretty sure a lot of them can vouch that they've been in awkward situations when it comes to dealing with their partner's families.
My cousin, I don't know if she's still dating an Arab, but that nigga says nigga. And he told me I've never met a real hood nigga. And girl, my sister stabbed a real hood nigga. So like, I mean, I've seen as real as it could get. Like, I don't know what you want. Why do you want to assimilate so close to blackness but hate it? It's such a weird fetish loophole. I just don't get it.
White men, white people in general, not even just in the dating context, the things that white people say to other white people that they think I'm gonna fucking agree with them on is like shocking.
Yeah.
Or maybe
like that white coworker. He would say such microaggressive things about Arab people. Just be like, those fucking Arabs. You smell that? That's them. Like, girl.
It's not. Maybe it's not shocking. But, I get real tired of it sometimes. And by that I mean all the fucking time. Y'all really make me not want to ever. People are so intent on keeping me inside my apartment alone all day because it's just not worth it.
But yes, y'all, this will conclude the video. I have a long list of videos coming. Hopefully y'all can see y'all can't see shit. But I got a whole list of stuff coming. I've been writing down stuff on what I got coming out for you guys. So please stay tuned.
Okay.
I love you guys and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Yeah, no, this is bizarre. I can't imagine going outside of my race and having a hang up of any kind. It's ridiculous. I'm too old for that. Let me know how that goes for you if you date outside your race. The video ends here.